Introduction or anything?
Yes, I will.
All right, excellent.
Hi, Randy Altman with Post Perspective here at NAB 2014, and I'm here with Bob Caniglia from Blackmagic, and he is going to fill us in on the many new products that they announced this morning at the show. Do you want to go camera first?
Well, I mean, now that you led into it, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically there are two cameras. One, there's a large picture on the outside of the building that went up overnight to show our new Blackmagic Studio camera. So this is live event studio cameras.
Okay.
This way, you know, works with our 810 switchers, and now we have what we built was the world's smallest studio camera with the world's largest viewfinder. It has a 10-inch viewfinder on the back, so it's huge, and it's great. And it has EF mounts, and so you can attach either photo lenses, you know, that people have that they've been using on DSLRs, or you can put on the big studio lenses. There's going to be an HD version that's starting to ship already, and then we'll have a 4K version later in the summer.
And price point?
$19.95, so $2,000 for the HD version, and $29.95 for the 4K version.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
It is really, okay. All right, there's a lot to cover. So you want to talk about, I'm going to
Go ahead. There's one more camera to talk about.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's the Ursa, which is our new production camera. So the Ursa is basically a field production camera, full-on field production. It has 3 screens. It has a 10-inch pop-out screen for the DOP, has 2 other screens that are touch screens so that the camera assist guy can have a screen where he can look at waveform monitoring. The audio meters are on the side. It takes in phantom power. It's got phantom power. It records on CFast drives, dual CFast drives. It basically has everything you want in one camera that can be used by one or more people depending on the shoot. So it really is designed for collaborative work flow on the camera, in the sense that multiple guys can be using it because there are different screens and monitoring capabilities on both sides of the camera, which is really cool.
That is pretty cool.
And it has an interchangeable lens mount, so a lens and sensor mount. So when we go to upgrade the camera down the road with a new sensor, you can just pull off the front end and put it back in. So the whole body is sort of is there for the long haul. So your investment is well protected.
And how much is that?
So the EF version is $6,000, $5,995. There's a PL mount version that is $64.95.
Okay.
Then later in the year we'll have a B4 version, which is for the like the ENG style lenses. We'll have a version of that later in the year. Not sure the price point, but we also have the world's first camera without a sensor. So basically it's all of the pieces with an HDMI input. So you can mount on the front of the camera that doesn't have a sensor or a lens mount. On the front of it, there's a plate that you can put there. So you can, say, take a Canon 5D and then plug it in and then use all the other great features that are in the camera body.
Interesting.
And then at some point when we come out with a new sensor, you could put that on the front of it.
That's pretty cool too. Is that available now?
That'll be available. All the cameras, the Ursa cameras, will start shipping later in the summer. They incorporate 12 gig SDI, and those chips are really new, so it's going to take a little bit more time for us to get that product out, but shouldn't be a few more months, and we're looking forward to that. And that HDMI input only version is $4,495.
It's crazy. It really is. You guys are great about buying other companies and making their stuff affordable and putting a new spin on it. So can you talk a little bit about the Cintel film scanner? So
Cintel film scanner is a 35 millimeter scanner designed to do real-time scanning to Ultra HD. So there's a lot of film that's there that we could create Ultra HD content with today. So whether back in the HD days when they took the old Seinfeld shows and they rehung them and made HD masters, even though they weren't broadcast in HD originally, they have HD masters. Well, you take that same film, put it on this scanner in real time, scan it via Thunderbolt and create Ultra HD content in real time at a price point that's pretty aggressive. It's $29,995. It's really a technology display right now. We're going to not have an announced ship date yet, but probably later in the year. We want to get some feedback from other people, but it is really, it's a work of art, really. I mean, the mechanics of it are just unbelievable. Digital servos and a lot of great creative modern technology, and you can literally hang it on a wall. It's just crazy. I was going to say, like, in terms of footprint, how big is it? It's very small, and it weighs 130 pounds, and there's a lot of TV sets that weigh that. And so you can literally hang it on a wall. It's hung on our wall in our booth, or there's like a desktop version of it as well.
I saw it, and it's sort of like it's a little bit of the old with the new. You know, it's sort of you look at it and then you're like, wait a minute, that's a different take on a film scanner. But
yeah, and it's so funny because the first thing I did was put my hand on it to see what kind of vibration it got. Because in the old Ursa scanner, I mean, you know, in the old Telecine days, Ranks and Tel days, when they would move the whole room would shake. You know, and this thing, you put your hand on it, doesn't even make any noise, or it doesn't feel. You know, I mean, it makes noise, but you don't feel anything. It's really from a design perspective, it's really amazing.
Okay. Well, okay. So what else? What else is new? There's got to be a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, we a big update for Resolve version 11 that now has collaborative editing. So what we're able to do now, because we've really beefed up the editing side of the software. So while someone is editing or someone is color grading, they can work on the same project, same timeline at the same time. This really comes into handy when you're doing a color grade session and they decide they want to make some changes in the edit. You can get someone to go open the same project in the edit side, make changes, and it'll update in the live grade or vice versa. And so that's a new add-on to the software, and it's a free upgrade. But we have collaborative, we have dual monitors now. We support dual monitors, and you can actually bring in OpenFX plugins in the edit timeline. So it's really, we've really turned it into a full-blown editor alongside with full-blown color correction, and you can use either or all pieces, and our round tripping to the other NLEs is really improved. The more things we add in our editing side, the easier it is for us to round trip to the other nonlinear editors. So you could start a project in Resolve and move it to one of the other guys, or bring it in, or mix and match. It's really a Swiss Army knife there.
And you only introduced editing in Resolve a year ago, right? Was it in NAB?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the first time we took a big sign out front.
Yeah.
So now we've added it again, and yeah, so and there are 70 advances in the editing side and 140 total new things in there. And even on the production camera side, we've added color correction in the new ATEM switchers, so that you can use the software to color grade the cameras. So you have more than just CCU control, which is typical for production cameras. You can actually do some color grading like DaVinci style.
Okay, well, anything else before we have to...
Well, we have a Terranex up-down converter for Ultra HD. Got to do that too. We have some new routers that are Ultra HD, HD, and SD. So you can route all those. There are two different form factors. It's visual routing. So if you see the source, you can see the video of the source and send it where you want, and you can see where you're sending it to make sure the right feed is going to those. So it's visual routing, two different ones, a 12 by 12 and a 20 by 20. One's $13.95, the other one's $19.95. So really good pricing.
Yeah.
The Terranex up converter is $1,395. So this way we can do up or down conversion to Ultra HD and HD and SD all in there. And some mini converters and some, I mean, it just went on and on.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, you have a lot of information.
Thanks. It's hard to get it all out in one.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having us.
We'll see you next year.
All right, great.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks.